You are free to do whatever type of drug or substance that you want. But for me, the only thing that I would like to do is marijuana. Okay. Um, I cannot be around people who are smoking crack. Okay. I hate saying that word because I had, you know, a family member, I've had a mother who was on that, and I've had, um, you know, not many members of the family that I can point out, but I know certain ones who, who have used it, and the mindset is just completely, and it's not just that, it's just like other people outside, just like other people that I don't know. It's not that they're bad people. It's just that, it's just like we're never on the same page. Nothing righteous is adjusted within the both of our mindsets. Nothing is adjusted to agree. So it's almost like a person who wants to use crack is like they're just completely different. They may have some similar intentions, but it's just not there. The mind it's like, oh my gosh, it's like a person that's on ice, or someone who uses heroin, or things like that. And I've met some people who are very respectful. You could even tell. That was one of the things that I did not like, is that sometimes I couldn't tell, but when I was in that person's presence, it eventually came out that that's what they did. And then it's just like, oh my gosh, no, now you're giving me flashbacks of how I had a difficult time dealing with my mother. And the things I had to put up with her, her robbing me with and her just robbing us with money and things we could have had that was very important that we needed, we didn't have. Even though I was thankful just that, God kept me safe through the midst of all of those situations. But it's like I don't feel safe around that. A person that uses that, and it's just like, you can't compare it to marijuana. You just can't. So, you're free to do whatever you want. It's your body, it's your life, but I cannot be around anyone who uses that drug. And I've even had a situation to where I've had sex with someone and they were really good looking, didn't know that they would be the one that would use that. You can tell when somebody is smoking crack. Then you can't tell someone is smoking it or doing whatever they do to get high off of it. And he was just one of those good looking people that you couldn't tell, because he was like a more of a up to beat type person, where he looked at more presentable. And it's just like, some people let themselves go, but it's a certain type of drugs that they use. And when I say let themselves go, I mean like they don't really keep up with their appearances. And some people do, and that's the trick. And before you know it, they're trying to introduce you to it and things like that. And then you just have to let them go, because it's like, no matter what, once you start being nice to people, and then you guys start opening up, and then all of a sudden, you never know, somebody might just come out and say, hey, I use this or I use that, and have you used this or that before? And you say no, and then next thing you know, it's like game over. For me, it's game over. Like, we cannot even have a conversation, because I've been traumatized about how I was brought up in my own home. For the many years I had to deal with suffering because of, I had a parent who abused it and abuse her children. So I can't be around, like, it's no disrespect for the person who chooses to do that type of drug. It's just that I can't do it. So, I can't be around anybody that does that. I just can't. That's why I stay to myself. I haven't had marijuana in so long, but when I do smoke marijuana, if I can't find anybody that's selling it on the streets or anything like that, then more importantly, I'll find my way to like a hemp store. But it's just so weird. But it's not, because it's just something that I'm not going to tolerate. I don't want to be around anybody that uses ice, not methamphetamine, not heroin, Of course not crack. I've seen someone. I don't even feel safe about somebody using cocaine either, because I feel like someone would try to tempt you to think it's okay to use it, and then it's just like they have the same mindset as everyone else that's on something else that's not marijuana, if you get what I'm saying. And so it's like, I just don't want, and now it doesn't mean that you're not sexy and I'm not going to have sex with somebody who uses cocaine, because I've seen some people that I've heard stories about them using it and they were just so sexy. I'm like, dang, I just want to have sex with you, but I don't want no like full long-term live in my house type shit. No, I don't like that. But now if you smoking crack, no, I don't want to have sex with you. If you was to like be snorting cocaine or something like that, and it wasn't like all the time, and it was like, yeah, it'll be like, okay, but you're sexy, and then just don't do it around me. I just don't want. But my thing is just smoke weed, okay? Because that's just something that, I really tolerate. I like. It's not a chemical, so just smoke weed. And that's pretty much it. So, yeah.